Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. And I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Toyota's National Sales Event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Toyota, let's go places.
We're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
I'm Dr. Christine Hahn. I'm an infectious disease doctor, and I'm Idaho's medical director for public health. It's my mission to keep our communities healthy and safe. That's why I believe every Idahoan should get their COVID-19 vaccine. The vaccine's been tested. It's proving to be very safe and effective to stop the spread.
Walk into a pharmacy or visit covidvaccine.idaho.gov to find your free COVID-19 vaccine.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to an IdahoSports.com Game Streams production of Treasure Valley Game Night, presented by Mountain West Bank. Also brought to you in part by your local Toyota dealer, Project Filter, and Valley-wide Cooperative. Tonight, our power boosters include Big I Insurance Company and the College of Western Idaho, CWI, and our webcast sponsor is Bob's Bicycles of Boise. Hi, everybody. Wayne DeZue back along with Clay Hatfield. Welcome to another IdahoSports.com presentation here. Tonight, we got Ridgevue, the Warhawks, against the Timberline Wolves. Timberline 1-0 after a nice win over Bora last week, 49-28. Meanwhile, the Warhawks, they had some COVID issues last week, did not get enough practices in, so they had to cancel their game at Century, but they've now gotten a lot of practices in. They're ready to go, and we are ready to play tonight. Timberline looking pretty good right now, coached by Ian Smart in his 5th season. Meanwhile, Tom DeWitt's in his 6th season with the Warhawks. And Clay Hatfield, good to have you with me tonight here for this Thursday night game from Donald Larson Park.
Yeah, it's good to be here. It's a beautiful day here in the Boise Valley. We can see the foothills right across from us. The smoke has lifted a little bit. Temperature's perfect. It's a great night to play fall football.
Well, the two teams right now at the center of the field for the coin toss. Timberline in their black uniforms with white numerals and white helmets. They have won the toss, but they have elected to defer to the second half. And so the Warhawks of Ridgevue High School, white uniforms, brown numerals, and they look like they're kind of dark. I haven't got a real close look at it, but they look like they're black helmets. I may get the binoculars on and see if that's black or a dark brown. It looks kind of black to me.
Yeah, it's black with kind of orange lettering on the sides.
But Warhawks, I think that's a great name.
I love that name.
Yeah, they were 2-7 last year. Again, this is their first game of the 2021 campaign. So the Warhawks will receive the football. They'll be going right to left, and Timberline will be kicking it off. Timberline done a good job. I mean, they lost last year in the quarterfinals to Coeur d'Alene in the playoffs. And they actually last year won their first ever playoff game. So they were pretty excited about it. They beat Skyview in that first playoff game last year, and that was their first ever win. How about the kid named Markham? He is something else. He is the running back. Taylor Markham, get this, he went for track, Clay, and in the 100-meter dash, he was clocked at 10.82, and he does a 4.440. So he's a quick kid.
That is incredible. Get him the ball and just let him run. You know, that's what they did last week against Bora, and it worked. They were able to put 49 points up on the board. A great way to open the season for the Wolves.
Of course, Wade Center will be a quarterback, but we'll have to wait for a moment to see that unless something happens on this kickoff as we get ready for our ball game here tonight at Donald Larson Park. As Clay said, beautiful night for a football game. And deep to receive for Ridgevue High Schooler Jackson Bauscher. And also back there is Michelle Bastarachia. So Bauscher and Bastarachia will be deep to receive this kickoff. And the kickoff will come off the foot of Colton Anson.
Little trouble on the tee there as the ball fell off, reset, and we're ready to go.
You know, not much of a breeze, but there is a little bit of a breeze that kicks up every once in a while. And here we go. Anson with the kickoff. And it's going to go to the right side in the end zone and out of the end zone, so it'll be brought back to the 20-yard line. Bauscher just kind of watched that go out of the end zone. Great kick.
Yeah.
By the way, it had the wind behind it, so that helped.
But 5 yards into the end zone. Puts it 1st and 10 at the Warhawk 20 for them to start the opening drive of their season.
Cole McDonald, quarterback, 6 foot, 185-pounder, is the senior. This kid is smart. He carries a 3.96 GPA.
That's not too bad at all, is it?
No, not at all. Skylar Mullins is the running back. He's got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left on the first play of the game for these guys. And up the middle across to about the 22-yard line. Nothing there. Skylar Mullins, the running back, 5'6", 165-pounder, just got the handoff and did what he could.
Jeffrey McMahon and number 30, Kellen Hudson, in on the tackle for the Wolves.
So 2nd down and 9, gain of 1. Luke Nelson comes to the near side. He's 6'3", 185-pounders. He's in a slot on the left-hand side. 6'3", is a big target. Up, we got a whistle right at the snap. Illegal procedure against Ridgevue. The Warhawks going to back it up, so it'll be 2nd down and 14. As you mentioned, the other thing we haven't mentioned, this is 4A against 5A. We've seen a little bit of that to start the season, and we wanted to throw that in there. So Timberline, the 5A level, and Ridgevue, the 4A level. Wide to the right goes Ortega. Coming to the near side is Bauscher. McDonald from the shotgun. Man in motion. Again, hands it off up the middle, and not much there again. Right back to the original line of scrimmage, which is the 20-yard line. So actually, gain of about 4.
Ben Schulte in on the tackle there, along with number 30, Kellen Hudson again. So Hudson getting some stuff done from his linebacker position here early on in the game.
Ian Smart returning 6 offensive starters, 5 on the defense. So they've got a bunch of new names out there, but they got a lot of people back. Big 3rd down and 10 coming up. Man in motion, McDonald back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket, rolls right, throws it up for grab, and it's not going to go down with anybody. It drops at the 50-yard line. He just had to throw that away, but wait, we've got a flag. We got holding against Ridgevue. So let's see what Timberline decides to do. Remember, McDonald, who is the punter, would be punting into the wind. So I think they're going to decline the penalty and take the ball.
Good call there by Coach Smart. No sense in giving another down when you have them, as you said, 4th and long and kicking into the wind.
Well, we saw Cole McDonald punting the ball in practice, but it's not going to be Cole McDonald kicking it away. Low snap. Here comes the pressure. They just do get it away. It's end over end. Number 18 coming up to take it on the run down the sidelines, and he gets a few more yards. And nice run by Garrett Lavin. Garrett Lavin and Timberline going to have the ball right at about the 31-yard line is where he went out. 31-yard line of Ridgevue.
So great field position here to start for the Wolves.
Still waiting for a marker. I can't see. Okay, they went out of bounds in front of the whole bench, so it's not going to be the 31. It's going to be the 37.
Yeah.
Yep. Always hard to see exactly where he stepped out. So here we go. First down and 10 for Timberline. Wade Zetter at quarterback. Taylor Markham, the running back, to his left. Two wide receivers to the left. Zetter back to pass, first down, throws underneath the coverage. It is complete all the way down to about the 24-yard line. That's going to be good for a first down, a gain of 12 yards. And that was just a little pass over the middle, and I still can't get a number. That's number 9. So that is going to be Tanner Bishop.
Zach Saul's in on the tackle there, but a couple players were open on that route. Had a receiver open in the flat, went across the middle for a big gain.
Play action fake again. Back to pass. Now we're going to tuck it and run right up the middle. Zenner all the way down to the 10-yard line. That's a pickup of 15 just like that. Another Timberline first down.
Jacob Catcher on the tackle. But again, like you said, not before a big gain on the flush by Zenner.
So no huddle offense. First and 10 from just outside the 10-yard line. So they can get a first down at about the 1. Clock just started. 9:49 to go here in the first period. No score yet. Zenner looking back over at Ian Smart on the sidelines. Now he's standing there. Hands it off to Markham. Markham hesitates. Goes up the middle inside the 10 down to about the 8. So good patience by Taylor Markham, just kind of waiting for his blocking to develop.
And a good job there on the tackle by 55, Bryce Pryor, from his D-line position. Held tight in his gap, didn't really follow that little fake on the outside, was able to make the tackle.
Lavin goes wide, Bishop there with him to the left. Markham to the right of Zenner at quarterback. And again, they no huddle, but they take their time. They get up to the line of scrimmage, look over the offensive coordinator, and kind of figure out what they want. They get the signal. Here comes the play call. Zenner back to pass, wings it over the middle, incomplete. It was intended that time for Tanner Bishop. Actually, Liam Reeves was the intended receiver.
Yeah, that had some sauce on it right there. He really reared back and let that one fly.
So now you got third down and 8. Ball just inside the 10-yard line. I'm kind of surprised they've gone to the air so quickly against Ridgevue. I thought with Taylor Markham back there, they tried a couple times, but he's only touched the ball. Markham has just the one time. This time they hand it off to him up the middle, weaves down inside the 5, down to the 3. It's going to be fourth down and about a yard.
Tackle made by number 20, Trevor Warren.
They're going to mark it right at the 3, so they have to get to the 1. So fourth down and 2, they're going to go for it. So they're going to forego any chance at a field goal. Let's see what they do here. Zenner fakes it to Markham, goes right side. Zenner busts into the end zone from 3 yards out. And Timberline takes the lead with 8:32 to go here in the first period, 6-0.
Good read there by Zenner. He had the option play and chose to keep it instead of handing it off to Markham and got it in for the score.
So just like that, and here comes the point after attempt. That'll be Colton Anson. Bridges on the hold. High snap. Bridges, nice catch, and the kick is blocked.
That was blocked by number 6 for the Warhawks. That's Jacob Catcher getting in there. The snap was a little high, and I think that bought time for Catcher to get in there and block that. So the PAT no good.
Yeah, Bridges, what a good job he did. He actually caught it with his left hand. The right hand was forward. He caught it with the left hand. That's how high it was. But by the time he got it back on the ground, that allowed the defense to get in there to block it. As we always say, you never know what happens when you get a block kick like that. You're at 6-0 now. It always comes back to haunt you. So here we go. Once again, Timberline kicking off just like that.
I started off with good field position on that punt and got it to pay off with the score.
Boucher and Bastarachia back deep. 8.5 minutes to go here. First period, 6-0 Timberline. The kick coming from Anson. Again, hits it about the 5 and bounces into the end zone. Automatic touchback at the 20-yard line. Boy, he's got a good leg. And, again, there's not much of a breeze that time. The breeze comes and goes here on a beautiful Thursday night. I got to remember it's Thursday.
It's Thursday, yeah. That keeps throwing me off, too. I do have to go back to work tomorrow.
Yep. Tomorrow night I'm going to actually be at Meridian again. I did the Meridian Mountain View game last week, and I get to do Meridian Centennial this week.
That should be a decent ball game right there.
It is Centennial. The Patriots trying to make something out of this year. They've got some talent. Meridian, of course, trying to come off that tough loss. Really a game they feel they should have won. They came out and dominated early, and Mountain View came back with a couple of touchdowns in the third period. Handoff up the middle, and nothing there.
Trying to run that at Jamison Kosian, 6'4", 215-pound lineman there.
He even looks big from up here. You saw that 77. When the 77 number looks little on your back, you know you're big.
You're a big boy.
Yeah.
And just a nice job there to get off on the snap, plug that hole.
Yeah, barely a gain of a yard. So McDonald and company trying to make something happen. Let's see what they can do here. Skylar Mullins is the lone running back. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. McDonald lost the handle on the ball as he was trying to take it from the center. The center snap was fine. He was just trying to turn it around so he could throw the ball, and he lost the handle on it, and he's going to lose. He's sacked technically all the way back to the 15.
That was Bowen Hickman there that got back there and made the play.
Boy, that's one thing. And as Timberline's defense so quick, Clay, they got right on top of him, and one little mistake like that where he just couldn't really position the ball so he could pass it cost him big. Cost him 7 yards.
Now it's going to be 3rd and 15 here. They're going to have to pass.
And it's more like it's not quite the shotgun, it's like the pistol. Sends a man in motion, and we got motion. We had 2 men in motion at the same time. So Ridgevue, remember, playing their first game of the year, maybe have a little bit of jitters here offensively. This is their second motion penalty, and now you got 3rd down and forever.
And I think you said it's just a little jitters. They're playing a 5A team, so playing up. They're playing at Timberline's home. So it's just, early in the season, just trying to find that rhythm here, and so far Ridgevue hasn't found it.
So 3rd down and 20. From the shotgun.
Timberline showing blitz from the linebacker, and here they come.
And you know what? They knew it coming. Cole McDonald just kind of took it and just quarterback kept it. That was the design quarterback keeper all the way. It was not designed to get 20 yards. It was designed to be safe and allow the punter to get out there and kick it away and hopefully get some field position if they can.
Yeah, Zephyr McMahon was back there for the sack off the defensive line. So seeing a lot of work here from the D-line from the Wolves early on in this game.
So Garrett Lavin goes back again. Luke Nelson standing in his own end zone, 5 yards deep, will kick it away. No matter what happens here, unless they fumble it, it's going to be good field position again for Timberline. This is a low kick. They're going to let it bounce. Hits at the 35 and kind of takes a little U-turn right back to the 35.
Yeah. So, but again, great field position here for Timberline as they come out for their second drive.
Well, he started at the 37 a moment ago, had a 37-yard drive for a touchdown. Now they got it at the 35-yard line. And so just like that, this Warhawk defense, 2-7 last year, faced with kind of trying to protect things and turn this field position battle around. It hasn't happened yet.
See here if they can make a stand on their second set of plays.
Well, last time Wade Center came out and pretty much threw the ball. Yes, he did run it in for a touchdown and it had Taylor Markham run twice. But for the most part, they came out throwing. They got Taylor Markham right behind him.
Here comes the blitz.
A play action fake to Markham. Back to pass. That blitz almost gets Center, but he gets away. Throws it to a wide open receiver down the sideline. That's Lavin at the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown. He made a couple of people miss, and Garrett Lavin with a 35-yard touchdown reception from Wade Center, and this thing quickly is 12-0 with 5:55 to go in the first period. And they got a flag that says fear the pack, and right now that may be apropos.
Yeah, that was a quick strike right there. One play, 35 yards, 12 points on the board here for Timberline as they line up for the PAT.
Anson bridges the hold. This time the snap is better. Hold is good, and the kick is good. And it's 13-0 with 5:55 to go here in the first. Folks, Bob's Bicycles on Fairview and Boise, they're family-owned, and they have been since 1979, and their selection of mountain bikes, road bikes, BMX, cruisers, comfort bikes, well, they're second to none. Whether online at bobs-bicycles.com or on the showroom floor, Bob's Bicycles will have the bike, the accessories, the clothing to fit your needs, and they've got in-store financing. We're talking about 6 months, no interest. That's good stuff. So stop in, say hi to Vern. Don't let it fool you. Vern is there at Bob's Bicycles. I know, we just do it to confuse you. But Bob's Bicycles serving Idaho for more than 40 years and proud to support Idaho student athletes. If you'd like to be a webcast sponsor for one of these games and support your local schools, feel free to email me at Wayne@IdahoSports.com. I can take care of it. I can make that happen.
You're just a jack of all trades, aren't you?
I tell you what, that's that Paul Kingsbury guy. He keeps me busy. Here's the kick. This one a little shorter. Boucher's going to take it at about the 1-yard line. Just barely stays in bounds out to the 15 and tries to get to the 20, and it's not going to happen. They spin him down at about the 17-yard line.
Nice coverage there by Scott Higgins for the Wolves to get down there and put Ridgevue in not great field position at their own 18.
So Jackson Boucher, 5'11", 165-pounder, gets it out to the 17. So still working to get better field position. The Warhawks have not had it all night long, and they're down 13-0. Cole McDonald back at quarterback. Skylar Mullins, the running back. And this defensive pressure has been tough. Mullins, the handoff, nothing there. Boy, I tell you what, I think that was Zachary McMahon who was there right off the get-go.
Yep.
He didn't make the exact tackle, but boy, he plugged up that hole and there was nowhere to go.
Yeah, tried to bounce back out away from the hole, but met by a swarming Timberline defense there. Absolutely nowhere to go for Skylar Mullins.
What I see right now from Timberline, I see some pretty good size this year. I really see that they've got some size, they've got some speed. They've got some confidence in this ball club. I mean, Ian Smart right now has this team feeling good about themselves, and they could be a dark horse all year long. Capital was my big dark horse in 5A, but, boy, I may add Timberline real quick here. McDonald, a little trouble with the snap again, hands it off. Mullins, nothing there. He just gets clobbered once, twice, and 3 times.
Bowen Hickman in on the tackle. Again, this defensive line for Timberline really active early on in the ball game.
Yeah, they are. They're all over the place, aren't they?
So a pickup of about 5 yards on the play. It's going to be 3rd and a long 7 here.
4.5 to go. First period. You're listening to Ridgevue and Timberline. Timberline with a 13-0 lead. Quick jump on the Warhawks. McDonald, play action fake. Going to get tackled and brought down in the backfield there by Lucas Rollenhagen, who just got through there in a heartbeat.
And again, another defensive lineman making a big play for the Wolves. Ridgevue can't even make it into the second level. They're not able to make it past the line of scrimmage right there. It's been a tough haul now.
Yeah, they've got
Warhawks.
They've got negative yardage right now. So Luke Nelson again. This time he's not 5 yards deep in his end zone, but he's standing on the goal line. Lavin. This kick could have been partially blocked because it went straight up in the air. Couldn't quite tell, but it takes a big Ridgevue bounce. And I'm not sure why Ridgevue was so anxious to try to stop it, because it was continuing to roll in their favor. And still, the drive is going to start inside Ridgevue territory at the 49, but this is by far the worst field position that Timberline has had all night long.
And I think you're right. I think that was partially blocked. I think Taylor Markham got in there and got a finger on it. Sent that thing straight in the air. Luckily for Ridgevue, they got a friendly roll.
Yeah, it did. And then for some reason, while it was still rolling in their favor, they kind of stopped it. But nonetheless, they would have only got a couple of maybe 3 more yards. So at the 49 of Ridgevue, here we go again. Here comes Wade Center and company with Markham. And again, they don't go to Markham, but they go out on the flat. Nice little pass to Bridges. Bridges down the sidelines, 40, 35, 30, 35, 25, and out of bounds near the 20-yard line. Let's see what the official. Nope, last time he touched the inbounds was at the 25. So how about that? Anthony Bridges with a nice catch out on the flat and down the sidelines. They're playing the edges right now.
Yeah, they really are. They're taking advantage of what they see as a mismatch between their receivers and the linebacker core for Ridgevue. Right now, Timberline receivers are winning that battle.
Obviously, the game plan for Ian Smart tonight was just kind of let Markham just kind of be a decoy and just throw the ball around. Let Zenner whip it around. Zenner has trouble with the snap, and now he's wide. He got it, throws it, and the catch is made at the 25-yard line. But again, the catch was bobbled and then caught back again. Bridges, number 9. So we've seen twice the Ridgevue quarterback has had trouble with the ball, and now twice on this play, Timberline had trouble with the ball. I don't know if it's the kind of ball they're using or what.
Well, each team gets to select their own ball they want to play with, so they can't blame it on being unfamiliar with the football.
They better put some rosin on there, that's for sure. So 2nd down and 10. The pass gains nothing. Now Markham has it, left side, cuts it up. He's at the 20, the 15, down the sidelines, 10, 5, touchdown. Taylor Markham, and we got a flag down at about the 18, so that's going to come back.
Yeah, I think there was holding there on the receiver on the edge. I think it's going to go against number 9, Anthony Bridges. I think he got a handful of Ridgevue jersey there.
Yeah, but he's probably going to say, look at the positive side. I busted him open.
Yeah. I sprung him for the touchdown. That doesn't count.
I sprung him, man. Yep. Can't help it if I got caught. I sprung him.
So that's a huge penalty right there. Takes the points off the board and backs Timberline up. It's going to be 2nd and 13 now.
You know what, though? The problem is it just doesn't seem to be a problem for this Timberline team right now against Ridgevue. They just seem to have their number, and they're doing it through the air. They get trips to the near side, including Markham in the slot, right side. One receiver to the left. They go to Markham. Markham's got nobody on him, and Markham down to the 15-yard line where he goes out of bounds, wrestled out there, and that's going to be a 1st down. He needed to get to the 15. He did.
Colton Scheffler on the tackle, but not before the big gain. They're going to be just short. Nope, they're going to give him the 1st down.
Clock running again. 2:15 to go here in the first period. Already 13-0 Timberline. Wayne DeZubak, Clay Hatfield with you right here on Games Cast Production of IdahoSports.com. Game Streams Production, I apologize. Too long a broadcaster. I got to remember it's streams, not cast. Play action fake. Zenner back to pass. Can't find anybody. Tucks it. Runs. They grab him by the jersey. They turn him around, and that's good news for him as he gets inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. So it made him reverse his field. The little pull on the jersey turned him around. Didn't put him down, and he was able to get it all the way down to the 7-yard line. Gain of 8, 2nd down and 2.
Nice strength there shown to break away from that jersey tackle and turn what was going to be a 2 or 3 yard pickup into 8 yards.
2nd down and 2. Markham sets up behind Zenner. Lavin to the near side as a wide receiver. He already has 1 touchdown reception. They hand it off to Markham right side. Markham's got the 1st down, but again, another flag comes down behind the play. So we'll see. It's going to be holding against Timberline.
Now, Ridgevue brought a blitz there, and I think it just confused that offensive line for the Wolves. And one of the big boys down there got a handful of jersey.
So they'll back it up with 1:09 to go, 69 seconds to go here in the first half. So far, Timberline's been able to overcome pretty much every penalty, every situation they've had, and they're going to send 3 wide receivers. Bridges, Lavin's out there.
And this set here has been giving Ridgevue fits early on in the ball game.
Even got Austin Waddles back out there. Play action fake. Zenner's going to be spun around again. Reverses the field. Wide open field. 15, 10, 5. And knocked out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. I don't think he got in. Or did he?
No, he didn't get in. He was put out just inside the 1. But another flag coming in. I think this was some extracurricular activities.
Well, once again, how lucky can the Warhawks get? They looked like they had him sacked, okay? So it is going to be holding against Timberline. So it'll back it up again. So there's some luck. But they had Zenner. They had him by the shirt. But instead of wrapping him up, they spun him around, and he went reverse field, and there was nobody over there, and he went down the sidelines.
Yeah, nobody really guarding the edge on this near side of the field for the Warhawks. has allowed Zenner on back-to-back plays to run for some big yardage. Luckily for Ridgevue, those two plays have been called back on holds against Timberline.
Brings it back to the 18-yard line where it's second down and about 13. And again, they're up at the line of scrimmage, and the whole offensive line, linemen and everybody looking over at the sidelines for the play. They've got the signal. They're ready to go. Zenner in the shotgun. Second and 13. Back to pass. Looks, throws over the middle. Bridges has got it at the 10, and he falls forward to about the 7-yard line. Had to get right to the 5 for the first down, so it'll be third down and about 2.
Trevor Warren on the tackle there, the 5'10", 167-pound junior defensive back.
Really, just a weird feeling here tonight. This Timberline team's looking really good, but the fans from Timberline kind of like, oh, yeah, we're good. They need to get excited. There's no excitement. Zenner throwing it over the middle, incomplete. Well, he just kind of laid that out there, didn't he?
Had his receiver wide open, too, just overthrew him on, it looked like a lob pass in basketball.
Yeah, it did. That was Lavin.
So 3 seconds left in the first quarter. This should be the last play.
Yep. Fourth down. What will they do? They're at the 7. They got fourth down and 3. And they're up 13-0, so why kick? They have empty backfield. So Wade Zenner obviously either going to pass or do a run-pass option.
They have one-on-one at the top of the field, but they're coming near side.
Into the end zone, knocked down. Great defensive play there by number 21. What a job by Colton Scheffler.
Yeah, that was good coverage right there. I thought they were going to go up top where they had one-on-one coverage, but brought it near side where it was a little more crowded and incomplete to end the quarter.
So that's going to end the quarter. We played one here at Donald Larson Park, and our score, 13-0 Timberline. We'll be back on IdahoSports.com.
At Toyota's National Sales Event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Toyota, let's go places.
And welcome back to Donald Larson Park. Wayne DeZube back with you along with Clay Hatfield. And, boy, I tell you what, the first good thing that has happened to Ridgevue happened just a moment ago as Scheffler knocked that ball down in the end zone to stop it on fourth down and 3. And that's the first stop, but it's a positive. It's the first positive we've seen tonight for the Warhawks.
And, they'll take it. It's small victories. Now if they can get their offense to do something, make that pay off.
So Cole McDonald is your quarterback. Skylar Mullins still the running back as they've got the ball deep in their own territory. Again, they have not had field position all night. McDonald back to pass. Look out. Here comes the pressure. Rolls out to the left and throws it to no one. He had a receiver in the area, but he was covered by 3 black jerseys.
And nearly got dropped in the end zone there for a safety.
Yeah, he did. Ortega was the intended receiver, or at least he was the nearest one to the ball.
Pass was about almost 15 yards short of Ortega, who was being double covered.
That's because McDonald was running for his life.
Yeah.
McDonald said, "What are you guys laughing about? That wasn't very fun for me." Okay, Mullins again, the running back. McDonald from the shotgun. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the left. He needs to have some time. Hands it off to Mullins up the middle across the 10 to the 11, and Mullins almost had his head taken off.
Yeah, that was number 32, Lucas Rollenhager, that came across. Tried to decapitate him, but number 30, Kellen Hudson, was holding on and made the tackle.
The problem is right now Ridgevue is going to have to somehow, some way establish a run game. First of all, they haven't been able to get the run going. Secondly, they have had horrible field position, because they've got to slow down that defense. That defense is just pinning their ears back and coming after them every time, and now it's third down and about 7. McDonald, little pass out on the flat, nothing doing. And look at that, just like that, Preston Sansculli was right there.
Yeah, great coverage there by Sansui, not letting that play develop at all. In fact, it was a loss of 2 yards on the play.
Well, that was the play they thought. Just a little pass, a little bubble screen out there that maybe would work. But, boy, I tell you what, disciplined defense by this Timberline Wolf team just getting it done.
And again, Ridgevue forced a punt from inside their own end zone.
Yeah, look at Luke Nelson. I mean, he's been in the end zone all night long. Here comes, and it's a block. And it's going to be scooped up, and it's going to be first and goal to go for Timberline. So they blocked it and got the recovery.
That was number 33, Carson Kelly, with the block. Came virtually untouched from the line.
Yeah, it looked like Bobby Lee picked it up. And we've got a Timberline player down after all of that. So it goes from bad to worse. And once again, Timberline with a 13-0 lead here early in the second period is going to have the football deep in Ridgevue territory.
And it's a Ridgevue player down about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, we haven't been able to get a number on that person. Again, tomorrow night, it'll be Centennial at Meridian. Kind of that, I don't know if you want to call it, well, it's just that battle between those two teams are so close, you know. It's kind of, we're going to say the Battle of Linder, but Centennial's not on Linder.
Yeah.
You know, but it's close enough that
it's
it could
close,
be kind of there. Kind of there.
The two old school West Ada schools there going at it.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll be interesting to see what happens there tomorrow night. They're still attending to the player.
It's a 7 p.m. kickoff tomorrow, right?
Yep. Yes, sir. And I hope it's as beautiful as tonight is. This has been just an absolute great night for football. Thursday night game. I don't know, you know, better than what Boise State was facing down there in Orlando tonight. They keep, you know, I did the pregame show.
It was number 2, Zach Sauls, for the Ridgevue Warhawks, that was shaken up on that play, but he's up under his own power and making his way to the sideline. So what'd you say earlier? In a weather delay until 7:45 local?
Something like that. 7:45 local. That was the last I heard. So
once again, fantastic field position for the Wolves.
Yeah. Let's see what they do here. Oh, wait a minute. What happened? How is it first down and 10 for Ridgevue? Was there a flag? Did we miss something?
I didn't see a flag.
Then how could it be first down? Because it was fourth down. I'm sorry.
I wonder if the ball got turned over on the after the block kick. I didn't see that.
I don't see how it could. It did not go, you know.
Yeah, unless there was a fumble on that return.
I have no idea what happened.
That is interesting.
Yeah, because it looked, for all intents and purposes, like, and we just kind of were worried about the players, so we didn't really worry about the team, but it's still Ridgevue's ball, second down and about 6 from the 12-yard line. So, wow. Okay, we have to pay closer attention. Little pass out on the flat is complete, and guess what? Ridgevue has his first down of the ball game.
That pass complete to number 3, Jackson Bauscher. And as you said, picks up their first down. And Ridgevue really only down by 2 scores, but they've been, you know, it's been a dominant performance by the Wolves. But Ridgevue is still very much in this ball game.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one confused as to what just happened there, because there was no explanation. They were basically attending to the player. I'll have to find out at halftime what happened, just for my own edification. All right, Cole McDonald at quarterback. Mullins behind him. He takes the handoff, works his way out across the 25 to about the 28-yard line, and now some positive yardage for Ridgevue, making it happen. You know, tell you what, with 9:15 to go here in the first half, it's, you know, not beyond the realm of possibility if they can put a drive together here, cut this thing to 13-7. They're right back in this thing.
Absolutely.
when it's been all Timberline. I mean, dominating. In fact, that 13-0 score, if you saw the game, you would think it's like 30-0 right now.
So the Warhawks here putting together a little bit of a drive.
What they got to do is get just a little better field position, feel better about themselves. Mullins again, that middle opens up, and he's close to yet another first down. The thing about Mullins, he always falls forward. At least he has the last couple of carries, and that's going to be another Warhawk first down out at the 34-yard line.
Number 77, Jamison Kosian on the tackle.
So finally, this is the best field position that they've had. It's still only their own 37, but they'll take what they can get right now. And they're doing it with a couple of runs up the middle. McDonald now has a couple of receivers to the left, 2 to the near side. In fact, on the left-hand side, they've got big number 44, Luke Nelson. And they look that way. This could be a quarterback keeper as the pressure came. Timberline brought everybody, and it's going to technically be a sack back at the 32. 3-yard loss, a sack on McDonald.
And Timberline just showing off their speed on defense.
Second down and 12. Ball at the 32, man in motion. And
they're going to get him for a false start again.
Yep, they are. Another one. I was going to see because it had to be a false start somewhere else because the man in motion was legal, but they had movement in the line that'll back it up. So just as Ridgevue starts to get a few things going right for them, they back it up, and now they've got second down and a bunch. Second down and 17.
That's the third motion penalty on them so far in this game.
Yep. And now they're all the way back to the 27-yard line. They have to get out to the 44 for a first down. McDonald again, man in motion. They pitch it to him. Boy, I tell you, Timberline saw that play coming, and they were all over it. Were they not?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They read that from the snap.
Ben Schulte was right back there, broke it up in the backfield. He didn't make the tackle, but he goofed everything up to where his buddies came over and finished the runner off.
Nice play by Schulte from his linebacker position.
Again, a loss of 3. Now it's third down and 20. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure. A little screen up the middle. Nobody there. And it'll be fourth down and long.
So Ridgevue tried to put together a drive, picked up a couple first downs, but it just kind of sputtered out here at the 34-yard line.
So Nelson will come back. He'll try to kick it away again. Last one was blocked, but something happened. There must have been something we did not see.
That was the second one that's been blocked in the ballgame.
Almost blocked here. Maybe again a hand on it because it went straight up in the air. And it's going to take basically a Timberline bounce. And Timberline once again is going to start from the 30, the 45 this time.
But again, inside positive territory.
Yeah, they start at the 35, 37, 49, and now 45.
Yeah, they have not been on the other side of midfield at all tonight.
Yeah, unbelievable. So this has made it tough for this Warhawk defense against a pretty good offensive Timberline team who put up 49 against Bora last week. .6:55 to go first half here at Donald Larson Park. Zenner flips it out to Bridges, left side, 45. Here comes a flag. And Bridges is out of bounds at the 40, but again, we've got to think holding against Timberline.
Yeah, I think it's going to go against number 15, Bailey Doherty.
Yeah, Doherty just kind of looked at his coach go, what, me? You can just see it, me? And coach said, yeah, you.
Explaining to him exactly what he did wrong.
Exactly.
He was trying to do a little seal block there, but was on the wrong side of his defender and just reached out and grabbed him.
Funny part, the reason we're laughing at it is he was like, what, 5-6 feet away from Coach when he did it. And Coach is right there and said, no, that was you, son. So that's going to back it up. And guess what? It's all the way back now into their own territory, Timberline territory, at the 44. So you got first down and 20 on the 44-yard line. Let's see if Ridgevue can turn this field position around. Zenner, play action fake, throws it over the middle, and a great catch by Lavin. Did he catch it? Yep, he did at the 31-yard line. Wow.
Great job there getting low and getting his hands underneath that ball by Lavin. And a big pickup for a 1st and 10 for the Wolves.
Garrett Lavin with a touchdown reception in the first period. Made a diving catch that time. Kind of rolled away from us because we couldn't see if he had possession or not, but he did. And on a first down and 20, they pick up 21 and first down. Zenner. Taylor Markham, left side, down the sideline, the speed. And boy, I tell you what, he put his shoulder down and right into Bastarachia. But Bastarachia, to his credit, bounced up and said, hey, I can take that.
Don't want to take it all night, but he'll take it on that one.
Exactly. Pickup of 9, though, by Taylor Markham. We talked about his speed. In the 100 meters, he ran a 10.82, and in the 40, he's been clocked at 4.4. I've been clocked at 4.42 in the 40, but that was 44 seconds. Just so when people say, what did you do in the 40? 4.4. Don't have to tell them it was 44 seconds. Hand off to Markham again, left side. Big hole for him. Down to the 15, inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line. Another Timberline first down. Right now, that front line of Timberline just pushing around the defensive front of Ridgevue.
Yeah, they're not able to get any pressure at all in the backfield.
Clock running, 5.5 to go here in the first half, 13-0. And again, this game seems like Timberline should be up about 30-0, but, you know, that's why I keep saying if something good happens for Ridgevue, they can turn this thing around in a hurry. Here's a good thing. Markham takes the ball and gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job there by Bryce Pryor.
Yeah, Bryce saw him coming and put him down.
Yeah, stayed home there and made a nice open field tackle.
Bryce 5'10", 215, so he's kind of tough to get around. He's got that kind of body that you just can't move, and he didn't move at all. So second down and 11 after the loss of 1. Zenner looking back at the sideline for the signal. Taylor Markham is his running back. 2 receivers wide to the right. Nobody to the left right now as they go this time strong left. Markham up the middle inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. Taylor Markham. He just finds his hole. He's very patient the way he runs, waits for his blockers and gets some yardage. They'll back it off to the 8. That's where his knee touched.
Isaac Patonison on the tackle there for Ridgevue, but not again until another gain. Nice gain there by the Wolves.
So third down and about 5. Got to get it down to the 3-yard line. Ball at the 8. Markham to the right of Zenner. Zenner rolling to his right, looking in the end zone, pointing directions out. Throws in the end zone, touchdown. Hit his man. And that's number 8. That's going to be Tanner Bishop. So Tanner Bishop with a touchdown reception from Wade Zenner. And just like that, it's 19-0 with 4:18 to go here. Colton Ansem coming on to try the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. So 20-0, 4:18 to go here. It's always interesting because we're down here in downtown Boise at Donald Larson Park watching the Life Flight helicopter take off from St. Luke's. I watched him come in earlier. He flew over, and I thought I was in a war zone because all I could hear was a helicopter. And there was kind of a stiff breeze coming out of the west, and I watched him kind of maneuver to come in, and I'm like, I hope he's a good pilot. Definitely, and he was. He put that thing down like a feather, just floating to the ground.
Trained professional there.
Absolutely. But watching him take off, it's always fun to watch the helicopters. You know, it's the kid in me, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like watching a fire truck fly by.
Yep. Still gets excited.
Yep. So Bastarachia will go deep again, along with Bauscher. And it'll be Ansem getting ready to kick off for Timberline. Timberline now extending its lead to 20-0 here in the first half, 4:18 to go here on IdahoSports.com.
So the Warhawks really needing to do something on this possession.
This kick goes deep. Boucher knocks it down at the 3, picks it up, heads towards the middle. I guess his return wall was supposed to be on the left side. He was way over on the right, and he spent a lot of time trying to get over to the left, and it didn't happen. He gets it out to the 15-yard line, and that's about it.
Yeah, around about 20 yards there to pick up 2.
Yeah, that was a great kick, again, by Ansem. He's got a leg.
Yeah, he does. It's been impressive.
So the ball just outside the 15, but once again, Ridgevue just all night tonight. They have not crossed the 40, I don't believe.
No, they have not.
Yeah, I know. I think they got close to the 35 one time, but they have not crossed their own 40. It's been tough. Remember, this is Ridgevue's first game. Mullins up the middle, and you know what? What's interesting, he gets slowed down at the line of scrimmage, and then everybody's coming up so quickly from the secondary, they just push him back.
Yeah, it was number 34, Ben Schulte, in there on the tackle. With a little help from his friends.
2nd down and 9, pickup of only 1. Bastrachia coming to the near side, along with Boucher. So the 2 kickoff return men are wide right. Mullins, the running back. McDonald whips it out to the left. Down the sidelines. Nice catch there. And
that was number 4 on the reception.
Yeah.
Angel Ortega.
Yep.
Tackle made by number 6, Liam Reeves.
So that's a first down out to the 30-yard line. The catch by Ortega. So they kind of had all the power to the right. They went to the left. They went to the weak side. Now Ortega comes this way.
One-on-one coverage here on the near side.
Yeah, look at that. See if they have time to do anything about it. McDonald pitches it out. And good job at pitching out. And who did he pitch it out to? He pitched out to Nelson. So Luke Nelson, the big tight end, coming around, was lined up on the left-hand side. And I was watching because McDonald almost went down at the last second, pitched it to Nelson, and Nelson got 8.
Nice job there by Nelson to get rid of that ball just the last second.
Out to the 38-yard line. Pass in the flat, caught by Ortega at the 45-yard line, and this is the furthest that Ridgevue has been able to move this football.
A nice job there by Ortega. That ball was high. He fully extended to make that catch. So back-to-back first downs.
Yeah, the Warhawks now at their 45-yard line, threatening for the first time tonight to move into Timberline territory. 2:35 to go here in the first half, down 20-0. The Warhawks trying to get on the scoreboard, get that goose egg off there. McDonald pressured, steps up, can't quite get back to the line of scrimmage. That's technically going to be a sack as he gets it just shy. And it looks like they're going to put it right there, so I'll save the sack for later.
Bowen Hickman there with the tackle for no gain.
Yep, they put the nose of the ball right at the 45-yard line.
You know, this defensive line for the Wolves is not big, but they are quick.
They are. 3-man front. They're coming in. Pass out to Ortega. Ortega again reaches up high and pulls it down with his fingertips out at the 48-yard line. A little bit of a gain.
Yeah, pick up a 4 on the play. Positive yards, they'll take it.
So 3rd down coming up for Ridgevue. Going deep to Ortega. Ortega catches the football at the 20. He breaks free at the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown. How about that by Ortega? He had great coverage, but he took the ball away from the defender. And then the defender trying to go for the ball didn't grab Ortega up. He broke free, and he goes in for the touchdown. And just like that, here is Ridgevue on the board with 1:41 to go.
Nice job there by Ortega to stay with that ball. He actually ripped it out of the arms of the defender and then was able to use his speed to get into the end zone. 63-yard touchdown pass.
Wow. Just when you think, they're out of it, just like that, they come up with a big play, and that could change everything. Yeah, they're going to run for 2-point conversion. They throw it in the end zone. They've got it. And I don't know how to explain that. They kind of pitched it out to an outside guy. They had 5 linemen lined up to the left. They had a guy in the middle. They kind of snapped it to the guy in the middle. He pretended to run. He didn't go past the line of scrimmage, though. Everybody came up to get him, and there was a man open in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Weird play, but it counts for 2, and all of a sudden it's 20-8, Clay.
And just like that, from nowhere, Ridgevue is right back in this game, only down by 12. So a nice drive there by the Warhawks.
Yeah, that was really weird because it looked like, he was going to just try to run it in and said, oh, this play's busted. And then he just threw it in the end zone. Yeah. And Timberline played right into his hands, everybody coming up to try to grab him. He says, what you don't see is the guy wide open in the end zone.
Yep, on that conversion, little trickeration there from the Warhawks.
Yeah, it was indeed. So this is something we haven't seen all night. We haven't seen Ridgevue kicking off.
It's going to be Joel Worth.
Deep to receive for Timberline, Anthony Bridges and Taylor Markham.
Worth indicating that they're playing 11-man football with only 10 men. Here comes number 11.
See, leave it to the kicker to figure this stuff out. This is what they do. They stand on the sidelines the whole time. And Worth's going, hey, come on. I need all the help I can get here on this kickoff. I got to think Worth's a soccer player. He's got to be. He's 5'6", about 150 pounds, soaking wet. I'm thinking he's a soccer guy.
That would be my guess as well.
Just thinking.
One of those guys that just plays on game day.
Yeah, but you know what? Those soccer guys are important, man. Here we go. So Worth puts the foot in, and it's a little blooper. Going to come up to the up back at about the 33-yard line, out to the 40-yard line. And so I'm not sure exactly. It was Garrett Lavin who made the catch and brought it out to the 40.
But again, we've been saying it all night, great field position here starting off for the Wolves.
You would have thought that they would have tried to give a little bit more kick into that, oomph into that kick because of that thing we've been talking about. Just field position. I mean, 40-yard line, hello.
Maybe trying to catch Timberline asleep there on special teams.
I don't think Timberline's sleeping tonight. I mean, they look pretty good, even though it's a 12-point ball game now, 20-8. Zenner now with an empty backfield, 3 wide receivers to the near side. He's got Markham to the near side. Looking to Markham, gets Markham at the 45-yard line. Markham tries to spin away, can't do it. He'll pick up 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Tackled by number 8, Mitchell Bastorecha.
Looks like they're going to give him 6 right out to the 46-yard line. They said his forward progress is all the way out there. So 2nd down and 4 now. Got to get to midfield. Wade Zenner at quarterback. Clock running. 65 seconds to go here in the first half. Zenner rolls right. Looking. He's going to tuck it and run. He's got the first down at the 50, 45. Out of bounds inside the 45 at about the 43-yard line.
And good job there by Zenner getting out of bounds to stop the clock so Timberline didn't have to use a timeout. They're in their 2-minute offense here with 57 seconds left in the half.
They've got all 3 timeouts, both teams with all 3 timeouts, in fact. Ridgevue just trying to get back in the locker room. If they can get back into the locker room down only 12, I think some positive words from Tom DeWitz. Because remember, this is their first game. Timberline played last week, beating Bora 49-28. Big pass to Lavin down the sidelines. Incomplete. Right in his midsection there, but he couldn't come up with it. Nice coverage there by Mitchell Bastorecha.
Yeah, really good coverage downfield. Was able just to get a hand in there. I think that was enough to disrupt that pass, get Lavin's eyes off of it.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Clock stop, 51 seconds to go at the 43-yard line. Zenner has Markham to his right. He's got Lavin and Bridges to his left. They have not been afraid to air the ball tonight. And Zenner will do it again. Looks to his right, throws underneath the coverage to Lavin. Lavin makes the catch at the 35-yard line, but that'll keep the clock running. And quickly, Timberline takes a timeout. So with 44 seconds to go, Timberline has the ball, 3rd down and 3 from the Ridgevue 35-yard line, up 20-8.
And again, if Timberline's able to get into the end zone, not only would they score right before the half, but they get the second half kickoff too. So a chance to hang a 14 spot here on Ridgevue on back-to-back possessions if they're able to do it for the Wolves.
And I think this is a real big defensive test here for Ridgevue right now. They had a big play. You know what? They're down 20-8. Like I said, the feel of this game is like it's a total blowout, but it's not. It's only a 12-point margin right now. So if somehow, some way, Ridgevue can come up with a stop here or a turnover,
and
keep them out of the end zone, they could have some momentum going into halftime.
Yeah, I think a stop here gives them that momentum going into halftime.
Because this defense has been out there a long time, and they're getting tired. And remember, they got to play defense to start the 3rd period.
A false start there on the Wolves. It's number 15, Bailey Doherty, trying to get a jump start.
Yeah, Juan Santiago came up strong from a safety position and kind of did one of those things where you just kind of bait the guy to come in. He didn't say anything, but he just came in strong like he was going to blitz, and that lineman flinched because of it. So Santiago pretty happy that he was able to pull that. Now it's 3rd down and 8. Makes a big difference. Doing it again. This time nobody bites. Zenner back to pass. Looks, throws to Markham underneath. He's got some blockers down the sideline. Markham's going to go. See you later, alligator. Taylor Markham takes it all the way in for a touchdown, but hold on to your horses. There are flags down at the 45-yard line. My goodness, this is going to come back. Holding against Timberline.
The second one that's come back tonight, second touchdown play that's come back because of holding. But what a great call there on the screen. I don't think anybody got a finger on Markham as he sprinted down the near sideline, but all for naught.
So here's the break that Ridgevue needs, with 34 seconds to go. Now all of a sudden, Timberline all the way back to the 44-yard line, their own 44. They've got 3rd down and 23. And so if this Ridgevue defense, which has been out there all night long, can hold this Timberline offense to 20 first-half points, it would be big right now. Zenner. Back to pass, no pressure. Lets it fly, has a man open and out of bounds. That's Lavin again at the 41-yard line. They'll pick up 13 yards, so now it's 4th down and 10. And they're going to actually pick up 15 yards, so it's 4th down and 8.
They're going to go for it here.
So a big play right here, because if you're Ridgevue, if you can stop them on 4th and 8 right here, stop them on downs, take over the ball. Look, you got to believe that Taylor Markham's got to touch this some way, somehow. Or Lavin. Those two have been the big guys tonight. Back to pass. Looking. Zenner bounces it out right side. Still looking. He cuts it up. He's going to be stopped.
Ball's loose.
He lost the ball. Either way, it's going to be Ridgevue coming up with it. And for the first time tonight, I saw that Ridgevue sideline explode. They just got all excited because they saw the ball come loose. And either way, no matter who recovered it, is a 4th down stop. And just like that, with 14 seconds to go, Ridgevue, they may not do anything with it, but guess what? They're only going to be down 20-8 at the worst at halftime.
And a great defensive stand there by the Warhawk defense. Just when the team needed it the most, they stepped it up and stopped Timberline on 4th down.
Let's see if they try to go for a big bomb here or something with 18 seconds to go, or if they play safe and hand it off to Mullins up the middle. McDonald, back to pass, looks, throws in the flat. It's complete at the 40, out to the 43-yard line and out of bounds with 9 seconds to play. Pickup of about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Let's see where they put it. Yep, about 5. 2nd down and 5.
So not a huge pickup there, but not going quietly into that dark night, are they?
No, they're not. It was not like just a handoff and let's be done with the half and get out of here and go take a drink of water and have an orange and get going, you know. So Mullins, the running back, but only 9 seconds to go here. They hand it off to Mullins. Now back to McDonald. They are going to go for the big one. They have a man open. Incomplete with 2 seconds to go. Wow.
Nice play there and nearly completed that pass.
Boucher was the intended receiver.
But good coverage downfield by number 6, Liam Reeves.
But you got to hand it to Ridgevue. They are going for it. I mean, that was a handoff to Mullins, who flipped it back to McDonald, who then threw it down the field. See, now I'm going to be in trouble because the St. Luke's Life Flight thing is coming back, trying to land on the roof. I got a last play here. You know, the shiny things that make me lose focus. 3rd down and 5. McDonald, and he's going to be sacked. And he just holds on to the football. He goes down. That's going to be it. So that's going to do it for the first half here at Donald Larson Park on a Thursday night in Boise. Life Flight is down safely, and Ridgevue is into the halftime safely. But they are down 20-8. But it seemed like it should be 30-0 kind of a ball game. But Ridgevue is going to go back in there, and Coach Tom DeWitz is going to say, look, guys, you're only down by 12. We've had horrible field position this whole first half. We can make this happen. All we got to do is believe in ourselves.
Absolutely. They're still very much alive and kicking in this ball game.
All right, we're going to take a break. 20-8 at the break. It is Timberline leading Ridgevue here on IdahoSports.com.
Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
The injuries look like those seen in people exposed to poisons like mustard gas. That's how doctors are describing what they see in the lungs of vapors. The chemicals can essentially burn your lungs. Find the truth at BehindTheHaze.com.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Corey. I'm a dairy nutritionist here in the Treasure Valley. I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to do my part to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. As soon as the vaccines were readily available, I was vaccinated. I would encourage people to do the research, listen to the healthcare providers. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, there was hardly any wait. It was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
Welcome back, everybody. Wayne Ridgevue, Clay Hatfield with you, and it's halftime here at Donald Larson Park with Timberline leading Ridgevue in a 5A-4A matchup, 20-8. And you were over there being a busy beaver over there, checking down all the scoring that we had. So I'm going to let you take it over, Mr. Hatfield.
All right, got started in the first quarter. Zenner with a 3-yard run to get the Wolves on the board to start off. Right after that, not too long after that, it was Lavin receiving a pass from Zenner from 35 yards. And that put Timberline up 13-0. Timberline then went up 20-0 on a 9-yard touchdown pass from Zenner to Bridges. But Ridgevue came back and answered in a big way. It was McDonald finding Ortega for a 63-yard touchdown pass. 2-point conversion was good. That takes us up to our halftime score. Timberline Wolves 20, the Ridgevue Warhawks 8.
Guess what? It's homecoming here tonight. It's the second game of the year, and it's homecoming already. You and I were a little bit baffled by that.
Yeah. Yes. It seems awful early in the season for homecoming.
So let me ask you a question. Ridgevue right now, they're actually in this ball game, but you don't get the feeling in your heart that they're in this ball game, that they can beat Timberline. But you know what? If you're the coach, if you're Tom DeWitt, you're going to go in there and say, guys, we're down by 12. We moved the football. We've done some things. We had the worst field position you could have ever in the first half on every single drive we had. Every time that Timberline started the ball, they're almost at midfield. So we got to turn that around. What do they do to make a difference here to have a chance and close this gap?
They have got to buy their quarterback some time on offense. And McDonald has just been under fire all night. They haven't established a running game. Skylar Mullins has been stood up at the line just about every time he's touched the ball. You know, you're going to have to buy McDonald some time, let him open up that passing game a little bit in order for the running game to be there. And it just hasn't happened so far outside of that 63-yard touchdown pass to Ortega.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Every time I look around, it seems like there's a black jersey in the backfield of Ridgevue, and Timberline is just kind of penetrating, and there's no time for McDonald to make a move to get anything going. However, he found Ortega on a couple of nice throws. Ortega made a couple of big things happen. So, if he can start moving it around a little bit, there was about 3 times I think Mullins had gains of about 5 yards up the middle. If they can get a little bit more of that, where they can slow that defensive front coming in down, then he'll have a little bit more time. They tried that one option where they just pitched it out to the tight end. Luke Nelson got that. That almost worked for big yardage. So there's a few things in there, and we've got to remember that Ridgevue had a COVID issue. They couldn't get enough practices in, so they had to cancel their first game, which was supposed to be last week against Century. And now tonight, is their first game, their opener. So they're trying to figure some stuff out. And I'll tell you what, game night is completely different than practice night.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And, I think we saw it a lot in the first quarter where Ridgevue just didn't look like they could get their feet underneath them. But their defense stepped up in that second quarter in a big way. We talked about Timberline's field position, just positive field position all night with the exception of one set.
Yeah.
But even then it was at their own 45-yard line. So Timberline has been playing with a short field all night, and Ridgevue's defense, give them some credit. In that second quarter, really stepped up and played tough and kept the Warhawks in this game.
And they've been out there all night long.
Yeah.
You kind of forget it's not a hot night, but boy, I tell you what, when your adrenaline's flowing and you've got the game jitters going, you basically get tired real fast.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember that from my playing days when I would go out there. I would be exhausted after warm-ups going, what's wrong with me? I'm fine. I've been working out. I've been doing everything at practice. I feel like I'm in shape. I'm exhausted. But it was all that adrenaline flowing. And once you got that first hit or that first thing, then you kind of got your legs back and you felt good about yourself. But that defense was out there a long, long time against a pretty darn good offensive group of Timberline players.
Yeah, Timberline's offense has been pretty much doing what they wanted to do all night tonight. They've run the ball. They've passed the ball well. The quarterback, Zenner, has looked great in the pocket. When he's been under pressure, he's been able to turn negative yards into positive yards by just using his speed to get out to the outside edge. We saw it a couple times. Right now, if there's anything keeping Ridgevue in this ball game, it's Timberline penalties. I mean, Timberline's lost two touchdowns off of holding penalties that have taken points off the board.
Yeah, great point. That's exactly why it feels like it's a blowout, but it's not on the scoreboard. But in your mind and heart, it feels like, wow, why is Ridgevue, coming back for a second half? Because Timberline played so well, but those holding penalties have absolutely killed Timberline, but saved Ridgevue. And that's the thing about football. So be it. You're still there with 12 points now. Hey, bring it on, and bring a new look in the second half, or a new attitude or whatever it is you need to bring, but come out and just you're right there yet.
And if I'm Coach DeWitt's inside the locker room for Ridgevue right now, I'm getting that defense pumped up so that they come out firing hard and keep Timberline off the board and give Ridgevue a chance to get this down to a one-score game off their first offensive set. Yeah,
that third period start, because again, Timberline won the toss, deferred to the second half, so they're going to get the football to start the third period. So that's going to mean the defense is out there again, as they have been all night long. But if they can stop them, slow them down, maybe give them 1 or 2 first downs, but not, give them a big long drive, that could be a difference maker in this ball game. I think would be the difference. So I'm going to look for that at the start of the third period.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tomorrow night, by the way, I am going to be over at Meridian High School. I got Meridian last Friday night, and they lost in a heartbreaker. Not so much if you're a Mountain View fan, but for them, because they came out to a 13-0 lead and really looked like they were going to dominate Mountain View. Mountain View turned it around, and just like, you got Meridian looking good the first half, all of a sudden it was Mountain View looking great the second half, especially the third period where they scored 2 touchdowns, and it took a 14-13 lead. But Eli Arsenault had a chance to kick a 33-yard field goal. My big thing was he's a right-footed kicker. And for some reason, Meridian did not move the ball to the center or the right hash mark. They kept it on the left hash mark, made him kick it from there. And I couldn't figure out, if you're going to play for the game-winning 33-yard field goal, get it in the center of the field. And the thing of it is, Arsenault had enough leg. He kicked it all the way down to, I think there's a subway off on Overland. He kicked it all the way down there, but it was just wide left. So if he had been in the center of the field, it would have been Meridian winning that game 16-14 and been 1-0 tomorrow night against Centennial. But it wasn't to be. So that's football.
Yeah. And so Meridian will be looking to bounce back. Centennial riding high after their opening victory against, I think they played Owyhee in their first game.
Yeah, they did. Owyee's first game of the year.
Yeah, so Centennial feeling pretty good after that opening win and coming into the Meridian house, where Meridian feels like they should be 1-0 but are looking up 0-1 right now.
The other thing about that game that has not been mentioned a lot, and in this year of COVID, everybody's in a bubble, but usually you have there was an injury to Malachi Martinez, the starting quarterback, and he did not play in that very last series where they set up the game-winning attempt for the field goal. I don't know what his situation is. Obviously, nobody's going to tell me.
Yeah.
You're not going to call me up and say, hey, Wayne, he's still out. So it'll be interesting to see whether he takes the field tomorrow. But Malachi Martinez is a leader, and he's somebody that Meridian certainly needs to have out there.
Oh, absolutely.
So it'll be interesting to see what he does.
He's the heart and soul of that offense, and without him out there, that could be a big loss.
I'm keeping stats. I'm just curious. Do you keep separate stats, or do you just – I email them to the papers. The stat guy just talking to us here, telling us what he's doing. So we're just chatting.
Yeah.
We can chat.
Making friends.
Yeah, what we should have done is ask the stat guy what happened on that 4th down that we missed.
Yeah, that was an interesting play there.
Let me do this. Why don't we take a break? And I just remembered that. I want to find out, because both you and I, we just didn't see it. It was like, what happened? I'm going to go ask. We'll take a 4-minute timeout here. Bring us back as the Timberline band plays out on the field here at Donald Larson Park. Again, halftime score, Timberline 20, Ridgevue 8. We'll be back.
Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
The injuries look like those seen in people exposed to poisons like mustard gas. That's how doctors are describing what they see in the lungs of vapors. The chemicals can essentially burn your lungs. Find the truth at BehindTheHaze.com.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Corey. I'm a dairy nutritionist here in the Treasure Valley. I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to do my part to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. As soon as the vaccines were readily available, I was vaccinated. I would encourage people to do the research, listen to the healthcare providers. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, there was hardly any wait. It was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank. Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
I'm Corey. I'm a dairy nutritionist here in the Treasure Valley. I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to do my part to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. As soon as the vaccines were readily available, I was vaccinated. I would encourage people to do the research, listen to the healthcare providers. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, there was hardly any wait. It was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Back here at Donaldson Park, we are about ready to get the second half underway. Both teams have returned. They've got another couple of minutes of warm-up before we kick this third period off. 20-8 is our score. Timberline trying to go 2-0 on the year. We talked about Timberline. Last year they beat Skyview in the 5A playoffs for their first ever playoff win, and then they lost to Coeur d'Alene in the quarterfinals. Coeur d'Alene just a tough team, but Timberline very excited about what they were able to accomplish last year. And started off this year with a 1-0 record. They were able to open up against Hawaii. I don't think I get to see Hawaii till about the 5th game of the year.
Yeah, it was Bora they opened up against and beat them 49-28.
I'm sorry, Centennial. You were talking about
Centennial.
We
were talking about Centennial Hawaii earlier.
I've done too much football today.
Already.
Yeah, earlier today, on the pregame show for the Boise State football, which was really crazy because Paul J. and I went from 2 o'clock till 4 o'clock, turned it over to Bob Beeler and Pete Cavender and said, here you go, game is yours. Well, lightning delay, and I think it started like 3 hours later, so those poor guys had to talk for 3 hours.
That's a lot of airtime to kill.
So it seems like forever ago. And at any rate, bottom line is, like you say, Timberline with that win over Bora, 49-28, and looking really good. I mean, they're feeling good. They get out of here with a win, 2-0 start.
Yeah.
Oh, and I also found out what happened, so I can tell everybody the block punt that looked like Timberline recovered it at the 8-yard line of Ridgevue. Well, the Timberline player tried to advance it even further in towards the goal line. He fumbled, which we couldn't see, and it was recovered by Ridgevue. And then a player was down immediately for Ridgevue, and so everybody just kind of focused on that. And we just figured, okay, when they get the player off the field, take care of him. It'll be first and goal to go for Timberline, and it wasn't. So not only the holding calls against Timberline, but that fumble, had he just recovered it and stayed there and not try to advance it, they would have had first and goal to go from the Ridgevue 8, and maybe it would be 28-8, not 20.
I mean, really, if you put those 2 touchdowns up that Timberline scored that were brought back, and if you put another one on that special teams play, I mean, this is a totally different ball game. But Ridgevue's gotten some breaks here, and have taken advantage of those, and have really held up their end in this game. They're just down 20-8 right now.
All right, it's the first time we've seen Timberline, and they got number 5 back there. That is Connor Kelly, along with Garrett Lavin. They are both deep. And once again, it's Worth getting ready to kick the ball up. Last time, we only saw him do it one time, Joel Worth. He's 5'6", 640 pounds, and that's with his helmet on.
Yeah.
And he just kind of did a little pooch kick that went about 20 yards. Let's see if he can put a leg into it this time. This time kind of keeps it low, takes a bounce, but it's taken by another up man at the 35, and he gets it out to the 36-yard line, and wisely goes down. And that man, good job there by Tanner Bishop to come up with good hands and catch that ball.
And the ball's going to be placed at the, 36-yard line?
Yep.
This will be the worst starting field position that Timberline has had all night.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, their best field position was at the 49, but they've either been at the 36, the 42, the 49, the 45. It's been one of those nights. And, again, we talked about it. It's going to be a big test right now for this Ridgevue defense. They've been out there all night. Can they come up here with a stop? So let's see what Wade Center and company have. They came out in this game passing, and they're going to stay with that down the pass. Zenner over the middle, throws out to midfield. It's complete. And again, a nice completion. This one to Bailey Doherty at midfield, first down.
Jacob Catcher on the tackle there, but not until you mentioned it. Nice gain for Timberline and a first down right out of the gates.
Another 15-yard gain just like that. And again, once you let Wade Zenner get out on the outsides, on the corners, while he's rolling, he throws the ball well while he's running.
Yeah, he really does.
Little blitz coming. And Zenner keeps it. And that was a great play to run against the blitz. He goes all the way to the 41-yard line, close to a first down.
Flag there.
Flag flies right there at the point of impact.
I think they might have got a face mask.
It is. So that time the blitz was coming, and what a good job by Wade Zenner. He faked it to Markham and kept the ball right up the hole where the blitz came from and got 9 yards. But guess what? You got to tack on more because of the face mask. Going to be a first down all the way down to the 36-yard line. So just like that, in 2 plays, here comes Timberline. Again, Timberline in their black uniforms, white numerals, and white helmets. Ridgevue in their white uniforms, brown numerals, and black helmets. Here comes the blitz again. At least showing blitz. Now they back off. Taylor Markham left side trying to get to the corner. He does. Sidelines 30 and knocked out of bounds at the 29-yard line.
But forcing Basterechea out of his DB position to make the tackle there. So getting up to the 3rd level. Nice run there by Markham.
Yeah, 7 yards on the run. 2nd down and 3 as the sun sets here. The lights take over. Nice thing I like about Donald Larson Park, they have 3 standards on each side. You know, last week at Mountain View, they've got 2 standards. Not complaining, but for an old guy trying to look at numbers in the dark like that, it's getting tougher every year. Zenner, wide right, is going to tuck it and run. Down the sidelines, gets pulled by the shirt again and out of bounds. Right about the 22. That'll be good for another first down if that's where it is. So
And
first down,
yep. Timberline's coming out hot and just marching down the field right now.
And I tell you, we reiterate that last week against Bora, T-Line put 49 points on the board. So they almost hit the half-century mark.
And Ridgevue's lucky that there's only 20 up there
Absolutely,
right now.
absolutely.
14 points were taken off the board by penalties.
Zenner, back to pass. Again looking right. Again decides to tuck it. Heads out of bounds.
Forced out of bounds there by number 28, Juan Santiago.
That'll stop the clock. 10:46 to go here in the 3rd. A gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Ball right at the 20-yard line. Now they're going to back it off a little bit and say, you only got a yard. So 2nd down and 9. I'm really surprised that Markham hasn't touched the ball more than he has tonight. 3 receivers wide to the left. And just I say that, they hand it off to Markham up the middle. Markham carries tacklers with him all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Big number 99, Aiden Baker on the tackle. 6 foot, 255-pound senior for Ridgevue.
How did you like to have that falling on you? Huh?
Yeah. It's a big boy right there, playing in the trenches for the Warhawks.
Takes a lot of fuel to keep him going. 3rd down. Here's one of those plays. Really, it's probably 4-down territory for Timberline, but here, again, a couple of big plays for this defense. If they can get a stop, no matter where it is on the field, it'll be big. Center, back to pass, good coverage, back. They throw it underneath the coverage, all the way down inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. I think that's Garrett Lavin.
Yep, number 18. Nice job there by Zenner, staying patient in the pocket, waiting for Lavin to run his route, and then finding him open down inside the 5-yard line.
You just can't give Wade Zenner that much time.
No.
Clay. He'll find a guy, go after it, and that's what he did.
He will just pick you apart.
So 1st and goal to go for Timberline. Up 20-8 with 9:50 to go here in the 3rd against the Ridgevue Warhawks. A battle of 5A Timberline against 4A Ridgevue. Markham, delayed handoff, touchdown. And again, they had some pulling guard. They had a pulling guard coming over, and Markham waited for him to go through it, and he just took it in for the touchdown. And just like that, it's 26-8.
Not exactly what Coach DeWitt had hoped was going to happen with his defense here coming out in the third quarter, but if you're Coach Ian Smart for Timberline, that's exactly what you wanted to see out of your offense.
And the extra point is up, and it is good by Colton Ansom, and it's all of a sudden 27-8. And what I was saying, Clay, was that I really thought, knowing that Ridgevue had to kick off to Timberline, that the only way they could get back in this game was to come up with a stop. And to let them go down the field like that with relative ease and make it a 27-8 ball game pretty much, I think, gives you an indication of how the rest of this night's going to go. But I'm sure we'll see a lot of subs here in a little bit.
Yeah, I saw looked like the backup quarterback down here in front of us for Timberline warming up. Number 4, Ronald Dahlberg, was getting his arm loose.
So Bastarachia again, and Jackson Bauscher deep for Ridgevue. Ansom getting ready to kick it off. Absolutely beautiful night for football here in downtown Boise. It's going to come to Bauscher at the 12 on the run. And Bauscher's out to the 25, 30, 35-yard line. And he attracts the attention of a lot of guys in black jerseys, but a great return. He caught it on the 12 all the way out to the 35, 23-yard kickoff return.
Kellen Hudson there on the special teams tackle for the Wolves. But good field position here, starting off for the first offensive possession of the second half for the Warhawks.
Well, the other aspect that you were talking about is that offensive front has got to give McDonald some time, and let's see if they'll go to Mullins right off the get-go. They do. They hand it off to Mullins. Mullins breaks through. He's going to go. Look at this. He's at the 40, the 30, the 20. They're going to catch him, the 10, the 5. They ride him into the end zone. They're going to put him down at the 1. Oh, no.
Come on.
Give him the TD.
Give it to him. 64-yard run there. Stopped just a yard short, but what a great run by Mullen. Got him behind his offensive line like we just talked about and was able to find a hole, just squirt through there and showed some speed, busting it down the field.
Yeah, he just kind of ran out of gas is what he did. Probably one of them electric runners. Just ran out of battery. So this could be big. I mean, you say to yourself, oh, they'll score Shirley, right? Well, you don't know what Shirley's going to do.
Yeah. But you'd expect them to be able to punch it in.
You would hope so. That's why I wanted to. I mean, that you cannot. 64 yards. And here's the thing. The official right there made the great call. Timeout on the field right now. And I think Ridgevue wants to talk it over, so they took a timeout. But I'm sure it was the right call. We're too far away. We can't see it. But you just see a kid. You're down 27-8. He goes 64 yards. Basically goes 63.
Yeah. Just falling forward just short of the end zone.
Like I said, they rode him into the end zone, and his knee must have gone down just shy of there. So now what do you do? I think if you're, Ridgevue, you don't try anything fancy schmancy. I mean, you've got, how about 4 quarterback sneaks if you need them?
Yeah, just get up under center and let the big guys push forward and just follow them into the end zone.
I've always wondered, when you need a yard, why do you put your quarterback in the shotgun 5 yards back when you need 1 yard? Just bring them up underneath it. And if you got to do, I remember I was a freshman in high school. I played with the freshman team, and they also brought me up to varsity. But we played a freshman game, and I quarterbacked it, and I did like 6 quarterback sneaks in a row because we were getting 5, 6, 7 yards every time we did it.
And you called it under center right here.
Under center. McDonald, the snap, hands it off, and nothing there. And again, why go with the handoff?
Yeah.
You lose a yard right there. When you've got that much penetration from that Timberline defensive front, it's obvious that the offensive line of Ridgevue can't handle them right now.
Yeah, and Juan Santiago was just left out to dry there on that run. By the time he got to the line of scrimmage, he didn't even make it back to the line of scrimmage. By the time he got the ball, there were already 3 guys in black waiting for him.
Yep. So now they're back almost at the 4-yard line. And McDonald up under center again. McDonald hands it off up the middle. And again, nothing there. Nothing doing.
No gain at all.
So it's pretty obvious that offensive front not able to move that defensive line. So that's why I always said when you're at the 1 yard line, quarterback keeper, just go. You come up underneath, you basically pat the butt of your center, he snaps it to you right on that pat, and you go.
What a big third down play here.
Absolutely. They got a big guy in the back trying to block for Mullins. And they hand it around to the outside. This is Bauscher, and Bauscher's going to be caught back at the 10.
Great defensive pursuit there by Liam Reeves for Timberline. Didn't fall for the trick play, for the misdirection, stayed home and made that tackle for loss. And from 1st and goal at the 1 yard line, now it's 4th and goal from the 8 for Ridgevue.
Yeah, they put him down at the 8 where his forward progress was. So now you got to go back to the shotgun or what? They're getting up under center again. You would think at this point you got to pass it. So 4th down and goal. And fumble. I think the ball fumbled. I think the snap, I couldn't see it that well, but I think the snap to McDonald was fumbled. And either way, it was going to be a 4th down turnover or a recovery there by Timberline. And boy, that is disheartening.
Yeah, if you're a Ridgevue fan, that takes some of your wind out of the sails following that 64-yard run. But if you're the Timberline defense, you are pumped about that stand. Great job by the Wolves.
Yeah, it really was. Hey, and here's the deal. We are not fans. We are fans of high school football. Yep. But you know what? I'm sorry. When you're down 27-8, I was a fan of that 64-yard. I wanted it to be 64, not 63. I wanted that young man Mullins to get a touchdown. And I absolutely don't care who wins this football game. It's just fun to watch. Markham left side. He cuts it up, and Markham out to the 17-yard line. That's what makes it fun. To go watch a high school football game where you don't have a dog in the fight is what makes it fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All you hope for is just a close game.
Yeah. As you're a broadcaster, you want a close, exciting game. And, that would have made it, at least 27-15 maybe. Yeah. We wanted Ridgevue in it, but we also wanted us in it. Back to pass. Zenner can't find anybody. Rolls to his left. Throws. Nice play to knock it down. Wow.
Good coverage there by number 8, Bastarachea. Excellent coverage. Able to knock that ball away.
Yeah, Bastarachea got in there and just did a great job. He didn't go over the back, but he put that right arm in front, knocked it out, knocked it away. So it's going to be 3rd and 1. So I got to like that. I like the spirit from this Warhawk team. They're not giving up. They're moving around. They got some speed. Zenner on a 3rd down and 1. You think Markham's going to handle it?
I would put my money on Markham right now, to pick up a yard.
Long snap count. Hand it to Markham. Markham busts through, barely. They almost had him in the backfield, Clay, but they couldn't quite hold him down, get him down. That's how good Markham is, and he gets it out across the 20 to the 21-yard line. They almost had him in the backfield for a loss.
Luke Nelson was back there, had a chance to make the play, but just couldn't get Markham down. And Markham made him pay by picking up 5 yards and getting the 1st down.
Out at the 21, 1st and 10. They'll get the clock rolling. 6:10 to go here in the 3rd period. 27-8 if you just joined us. Of course, you can see that right here on IdahoSports.com. Back to pass. Zenner going deep, looking for Lavin. The ball's hanging. Lavin goes up and high points it, but I think it was intercepted. They came down with simultaneous possession. Now they're going to have to make a call here. And they're going to say Lavin got it. Yowzer.
Yep, if it's simultaneous possession, it always favors the offense.
Colton Scheffler went right up with the ball, but I think Lavin high-pointed it, and that's why he got it.
Great job there by Lavin, though. Take that ball away.
Yep, all the way down to the 43-yard line of Ridgevue. That was great coverage by Scheffler.
Oh, yeah.
He was right there.
He couldn't have done much more.
No, not at all. All right, back to pass. Zenner dumps it off to Markham, right side. He's got some blocking down the sidelines, and he's knocked out of bounds right around the 25. That's a pickup of 20 yards.
Just a quick little wheel route right there. Zenner found Markham for another big gain.
Yeah, those hedges, really no contest there.
Yeah. Yeah, right now the offensive line for Timberline doing a great job of sealing those defensive ends off and opening up those edges.
So 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line for Timberline. Thursday night game here on IdahoSports.com. Markham takes it up the middle, gets a couple, falls forward maybe for 3. So Timberline feeling pretty good about their offense this year, aren't they?
Absolutely. And they should. 49 points against Bora, 27 points here. With still a full quarter and 5 minutes left.
Zenner with Markham to his right. Zenner back to pass, lets it fly, incomplete. In and out of the hands that time of number 15, Bailey Doherty.
But again, good coverage there. That time it was provided by Ben Summerfield. The senior getting playing time and making the most of it.
Yeah, I don't know who the backup quarterback is for Timberline, but I think it could be Ronald Dahlberg, and he's getting his arm loose now. I think if they score here, he may come in. He looks like he's got a good arm, too.
Yeah, not a big guy, but he's got a cannon, it looks like, on his right arm.
Back to pass, Zenner again. Here comes the pressure, rolls out of there, starts to run. Runs into his own blocker, but that helps him. And I think I saw another flag come down. Maybe not.
Yeah, I didn't see one fly in
there.
Okay.
I did not see one. So another big gain. That's going to be another first down, and they're going to mark it right shy of the 10-yard line, 15-yard line rather.
Yeah, they're going to mark it short of the first
down,
down,
Yeah, they are.
too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah. So 4th and about a foot even. That's how close it was. Ridgevue wants timeout. They're trying to get some players off the field, and they couldn't quite get that done. And you know what? Obviously, this secondary, or not the secondary, but the defense for Ridgevue really starting to kind of suck it up.
Yeah, starting to get gassed.
Yeah. Well, Bob's Bicycles on Fairview and Boise is family-owned since 1979, and their selection of mountain bikes, road bikes, BMX, cruisers, and comfort bikes is second to none. Whether online at bobs-bicycles.com or on the showroom floor, Bob's Bicycles will have the bike, the accessories, and clothing to fit your needs. And they have in-store financing, talking about 6 months, no interest. So stop in and say hi to Vern at Bob's Bicycles. They've been serving Idaho for more than 40 years, so they know what they're doing, and they are proud to support Idaho student-athletes. In fact, Bob's Bicycles will be with us on every 5A audio game that we do this year. Really appreciate that.
Excellent. Thanks, Bob's.
Yeah, exactly. Want to thank also our power boosters tonight, Big Insurance Company and the College of Western Idaho. Pass over the middle, I'm doing all that. And the pass is caught inside the 5, down to about the 3-yard line.
That was number 15 there with the catch.
Doherty again. So now you got 1st and goal to go. And obviously Timberline in no hurry at all. Taylor Markham, the ball carrier. Wade Zenner, number 3, is your quarterback. Got Doherty wide to the left. Handed off to Markham, up the middle, and nobody's going to touch him. He just found a crease off the right guard, and he brought it in, and now it's a 34-8 ball game.
Second 3-yard touchdown run for Markham this quarter.
Well, if I could add, it'd be 33.
Yeah, that's what I got, 33.
I think I said 34, though. I think I gave him the 7 points just like that. Maybe I said 33.
No, it's 34, so if you said that, you were right, too.
All right. I just had deja vu.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. 34-8 is our score with 4:01 to go here in the third period. Why don't we find a break that we can send to the good folks out there, and we'll be right back.
At At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Toyota, let's go places.
34-8 is our score. Hey, Wayne DeZuback, Clay Hatfield with you, and we are happy that you decided to join us on a Thursday night in downtown Boise, down in Larson Park, to listen to our game tonight, 5A coverage, actually 5A against 4A. Bauscher and Bastarachia back, and just a little pooch kick up the middle, taken at the 30-yard line by an up man. And he's not a happy camper, and I'm looking for a flag, and we're going to get one.
Santiago got rode to the ground pretty hard and was frustrated. Got up and spiked the ball. I think that's going to cost him 15 yards.
You know, I don't know that I can blame Juan Santiago because obviously it's been a frustrating night.
Yeah.
Nothing's gone right for the Warhawks in their first game of the year, but he got up after getting hit hard and just threw that ball into the ground, and it took a football bounce way high. Everybody could see it. The officials said, you know, probably a little too much.
So not only do you cost your team 15 yards, but I'm sure that coach is going to be in his ear hole.
Yeah. You got to kind of hold your temper. It's hard to do. We've all been there. Ball back to the 27-yard line now. 3:56 to go here in the third. 34-8, all Timberline as they start to dominate this ball game. McDonald. Snap goes over his head. It's going to be picked up on the run. Touchdown. Holy cow. Was that 49?
19.
Got him. Okay, I couldn't see. It was so quick. And that's Preston Sansusi.
Sansusi.
Yep. Boy, he came out of there. He was just coming after that ball, and it bounced right up to him. Hopper. It was a one-hopper. Easy to field. Took it in, so Sansusi takes it in, and just like that, wow, it's 40-8.
Yeah, got a nice friendly hop there, did Sansusi. Just picked it up and walked it into the end zone.
So the extra point attempt coming now from Amson. Bridges holding. Kick is up, and it is good. 41-8. 3:54 to go here in the third period as Timberline just starts to pull away in this ball game.
You know, if you're Ridgevue right now, the game might be out of reach, but you still want to see your guys go out there and execute some of the basics. Because again, this is a non-league game, so it doesn't hurt you in the standings, and it's just a chance with your first game to get some things right, start making some positive plays here, start getting some of those wrinkles worked out, so that when you do enter league play, you've got everything figured out.
Yeah, I agree. Well, this is turning more into the game that it felt like in the first half when it was still a 12-point ball game that we said, wow, you look up, it's 12 points. This seems like it was a 30-point ball game, and now we're right there. So once again, Amson will kick off. Last time he just did a little pooch kick up the middle, taken by Upman, taken by Santiago, who then spiked the ball after he got hit hard and cost him 15, but didn't matter because that ball was snapped way over McDonald's head. Bauscher and Bastarachia are there. Again, a little kick that's going to come up to Santiago again at the 35, and this time he is brought down at the 37-yard line. So really, Timberline right now willing to give up a little field position for not giving up the opportunity for a big return.
Yeah, absolutely. Just playing a little chess game here. Is Coach smart? And so far it's been working. Almost every move he's made has been a positive one tonight. His team's reacted very well.
So 1st and 10 for Ridgevue. McDonald at quarterback. Hands it up. Nope. misses Mullins. I think he was intended to hand it off to Mullins because he looked surprised that Mullins went by him without the ball.
Yeah,
So,
I think a little cross up there.
Yeah, a little broken play there. And McDonald just turned around and tried to follow Mullins right in the hole. So, first game for Ridgevue, I mean, there's going to be a lot of things they can learn. Sometimes you learn more from a game like this than you do if you come out and play somebody that maybe you can dominate and win.
Yeah. And, you want to make everything a learning experience, a growing experience, win or lose.
Bastaraccia in the slot on the near side. Two receivers to the right as well. High snap again. This time McDonald pulls it in, throws it, looking, complete. Nice catch. Wow.
Number 22 down there with
That
the
was
good
a
hands.
great
Isaiah
catch.
Stewart Casper making a great catch.
He got down there, Casper. We haven't called his number at all tonight, and has it all the way down to the 35-yard line at Timberline. And that was a good throw by McDonald. He's got that ability. He really does. He just hasn't had the time tonight to set it up.
And even then he was under pressure, but was able to step up in the pocket and make that throw.
Ortega right, Boucher to the left. The throw goes underneath the coverage, incomplete. Off the outstretched hands that time of Bastaraccia, who kind of looked around for the ball, and it was right there, and he was almost like he batted at it, and it went up in the air. Lucky it wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, Preston Sensui was right there and almost made a play on that.
Well, Sensui's already had his time in the in the limelight, but I mean, I tell you, when you one hop, a bad snap into the end zone, we got to be thinking about the player of the game. It could be a number of people tonight. McDonald on 2nd down and 10. And nothing doing. The handoff to Mullins, and Mullins is going to lose a yard, maybe two.
And again, it's that defensive line for Timberline just overpowering the offensive front of the Warhawks. Able to get back there quickly and stop that play before it even had a chance to develop.
Yeah. We talked about Timberline having 5 defensive starters back, and some of those were on the front. And they've actually been playing a 3-man front, doing a pretty good job, so the linebackers have come up. So they've had about 6 in the box, and only once was Ridgevue able to kind of beat that. So empty backfield now for McDonald on 2nd down. Quarterback keeper, I don't think it was meant to be. Again, the rush was just there. McDonald, no time. He gets the ball, and he's got black jerseys in his face, nowhere to go.
Yeah, and Zephyr McMahon was there to drop him for the big loss. Now it's 4th down and about 16 to go. And the Warhawks have to go for it.
Yeah, they do. There's no reason not to. At least that's the look we're going to see. McDonald coming back. McDonald scooted over to the sidelines, and now he's coming back to talk to his teammates. And he said, hey, here we go. Let's use our 4th down and 17 play.
That's right. Have one drawn up just for this.
And the snap, McDonald wasn't ready for it. McDonald, though, down the sideline, throws it on the run. Caught! No, and dropped. Caught and dropped at the 11-yard line. Oh, my goodness. That was Boucher who almost had it, and it would have been a big first down. It would have been 1st and goal to go.
I think he was looking to score on that before he had the ball in his hands fully and ended up dropping it. That's a frustrating play right there.
Again, this time, though, the snap was over McDonald's head, but this time he was able to get a little finger on it, keep it in front of him, and then he started to run with it, and with great recognition saw Boucher all the way open downfield, threw it to him, and like you said, I think Boucher was just thinking, catch it, spin, and turn, and he tried to catch and turn.
Yep. And when it's not in order, it doesn't work very well.
Needed to be in the other order. So 1st down out at the 41-yard line for Timberline. And a flag goes down. The ball goes to Markham. Markham's down the sidelines. This is going to come back. He's going to go all the way. But the flag is there. And, again, this one's coming back, I think.
I think so, too. Yeah, I think it's going to be a hold. They're trying to set up that screen play. And I think one of the offensive linemen got a little handsy.
So let's see. Here comes the call by the official. Illegal procedure.
Yeah.
So illegal procedure. So actually that whistle should have blown it dead, but nobody played the whistle. They just played the play, and it went all the way for a TD coming back.
That is 3 touchdowns now that have come back because of penalties for Timberline.
Of course, on that one, you've got the situation where the defensive guys hear the whistle, and they may stop, hustling.
I didn't hear a whistle, though. I'm not sure why they let that play develop all the way through if there was illegal motion or a false start.
Yeah, I agree. It's been one of those crazy nights. The officials do a great job, but sometimes they forget it's on, being broadcast or webcast or something, and sometimes they know what happens and they fail to tell you exactly what's going on. Here's the long pass. Markham wide open off his fingertips, incomplete. He had to turn himself all the way around, and I think he got dizzy and couldn't bring it in.
But he had Owen Wiest beaten down the near sideline.
Yeah, we've talked about Markham's speed at about 3 times tonight. 4.4 in the 40, 10.82 in the 100 meters. And he's going to come out of the ball game after that. He just made a big run that was called back and then a big play down there. So he's had 2 sprints. He's done 2 50-yard sprints right there. They're bringing him out for a minute. So the new man back there looks like it's Anthony Bridges. And Anthony Bridges gets the call. Left side. Bridges out to the 39-yard line where it'll be 4th down and long. So here's a rare thing tonight. Looks like a stop by the Ridgevue defense.
Yeah, that was nice pursuit there by Trevor Warren.
Wait, it's only 3rd down. I thought it was already 4th down. That guy with that sticker is pretty quick. He had that to a 3 in a heartbeat. So it's only 3rd down and 14. From the 39-yard line. Zenner rolling to his right, looking downfield, lets it fly, throws under the coverage, complete to Doherty. Doherty out of bounds, and guess what?
Nope. No flag, though.
Yep, he's got the 1st down.
He might have gotten away with one there. Went high on the shove after the play, but the official decided to keep the flag in his pocket.
And he's inside the 45 to the 44-yard line of Ridgevue. And here we go, Timberline on the march again. Just 15 seconds to go here in the 3rd period from Donald Larson Park on a Thursday night in downtown Boise. Zenner taking his time. Again, back to pass. Again, over the middle. And this time it's to Garrett Lavin. Lavin close to a 1st down. I think he'll have it. At the 32, it is a 1st down, forward progress to the 32-yard line.
Warren again in on the tackle for the Warhawks.
That could be the last play of the 3rd period here at Donald Larson Park, as it's down to 3, 2, and a 1. Sounded like Lawrence Welk right there. 3,
yes,
2, and a 1.
Did.
Yeah, you're too young to remember
I
Lawrence
remember
Welk.
that, PBS.
All righty. Let's take a break, and we'll come back for the 4th quarter here at Donald Larson Park. 41-8 in favor of Timberline, trying to go 2-0 on the year.
Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
All righty, we've got 12 minutes to go here at Donald Larson Park. It's been all Timberline tonight. 41-8 is the score. Timberwolves coming off a 49-28 win over Bora last week, trying to take it to 2-0 on the 2021 season. Wayne Zuback, Clay Hatfield with you, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for the T-Wolves. They still got the 1st team in there. Zenner at quarterback, Bridges, the running back. They throw it underneath, fumble, And then a fight for the ball, and it looks like Ridgevue came up with it, but no, they say the ball was on the ground.
They're going to call it incomplete.
Yeah, incomplete pass, what they're going to say.
That was close, though.
Yeah.
That was really close.
I thought it was caught, to be honest with you. I really thought that Tanner Bishop caught it and then fumbled it, and he actually looked like he felt like he fumbled it too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
His whole body language was like, crap, what did I just do?
He may have gotten a break there.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 32-yard line. Zenner, straight drop back. Looking for it. Almost gets tripped up. Now he rolls to his left. Now he lets it fly. Complete to Garrett Lavin. And Lavin's been a huge playmaker tonight.
Yeah, we've been calling his name a lot, and that's a pickup of about 13 yards. Another first down for the Wolves.
Yeah, just a great job by Lavin. Finds a way to give Zenner, when Zenner's in trouble, a target. And that's what you want out of your receiver, Hey, help me out here. I'm in trouble. Come back to it. The ball's at the 22-yard line, 1st down and 10.
And Zenner's done a great job under pressure tonight.
Yeah, he has. Zenner back to pass. Looks, throws over the middle. Got it. 1st and goal to go at the 5-yard line. And that's 82, right?
Yep, 82.
Okay, that's great. That's Austin Waddles.
Big tight end getting his name in the stat sheet.
Yeah, that's great. Sometimes those numbers are hard to see late at night like this, especially when they kind of get covered up by a couple of other guys. But 82, Waddles making a big catch. 1st and goal to go. They put him down right at the 6-yard line. Markham back in the ball game at running back. Zenner still in the shotgun. Hands it off to Markham. Markham up the middle. And he's hit. 6-yard touchdown run, Taylor Markham. The thing Taylor does, he doesn't overpower you. He just is very patient. He follows his blocking. He finds the hole. He just finds really kind of the soft spot in that line.
And you said it there. The key word was patient. He took his time, waited for the hole to develop, and then just kind of walked right through it.
Anson comes on. Bridges will hold. And the extra point is up right through the middle. It's good. And with 10:58 to go in this ball game, it's now a 48-8 ball game. So they scored 49 points last week, 48 so far and counting this week. And I got to believe that Ian Smart's going to put in some subs now and just kind of take this one home.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we saw the first team on offense again tonight.
Player down as they kind of look at that player for Ridgevue. One of the big linemen can't figure out who it is, can't see his number.
It's like he might have got the wind popped out of him.
Yep. So tomorrow night, I'll be over at Meridian High School as the Warriors take on Centennial, the Patriots, coming off that win over Owyhee last week. I think it was 57-30, if I recall.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah. So 57 points Centennial put up on the scoreboard. And they will take on a Meridian team that felt they should have beaten Mountain View last week, losing 14-13. Their game-winning field goal attempt by Eli Arsenault was just wide left. He had plenty of leg, just a little bit wide. And so they lost at 14-13 after taking a 13-0 lead at halftime. And the other question mark about Meridian is Malachi Martinez, their quarterback. He was injured late in that ball game. Will he be available for tomorrow night? Will he suit up? Tune in to find out. Sound like a daytime soap opera.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Tune in. We'll let you know.
Nice cliffhanger.
Yeah, absolutely. Here comes Boucher, takes it at the 6-yard line, cuts up the middle. He's at the 15, the 20, and he's going to be stopped just shy of the 25-yard line. And we got another player down. This time it's going to be a Timberline player.
Number 8.
Number 8 for Timberline is down. Just kind of holding on. That's Tanner Bishop.
Holding on to his lower back.
Sometimes I tell you what, I got a thigh bruise one time from a guy. You have the thigh pads on the whole bit. But I had a guy hit me with his helmet straight on the thigh pad. I had that bruise the whole season. It just, no matter what I did, it wouldn't go away. It was a deep bruise, and I played, but wow, it just hurt like the dickens. So tomorrow night, Centennial Meridian. We'll kick it off at 7 o'clock, probably take the air right about 5 to 7. So we hope you'll join us for that one.
Plus a whole slate of other games. If you go to our go to the website, IdahoSports.com, there on the left-hand side will be all the upcoming games tomorrow.
I don't care about those games.
Yeah, I know you don't. That's got to plug it.
No, I tell you what, guys, IdahoSports.com has got you covered every way you look. I mean, that's the cool thing about every Friday night. Then we get your Friday night flash where we got all the scores that are coming out there. Brandon Bainey does a great job, getting those things on along with Paul Kingsbury. I think big game. I think Paul's doing tomorrow night. Middleton at Middleton.
Yep.
I call it the M&M game. It's like it's chocolate. It just melts in your mouth. It's just going to be a good one because they're undefeated, 2-0 and 1-0. And I told him I was kind of jealous he got to do that game because I think it's going to be Middleton's going to be a good game.
Yeah, it should be. 2 undefeated teams coming in, playing good to start the season.
Yep. So a lot of good stuff right here on IdahoSports.com. And you know what? If you ever just go to the website, if you want to find anything, if there's anything happening in high school sports, whether it's football, soccer, volleyball, you name it, you're going to find it right there. And we appreciate. I want to shout out to all the coaches who call in scores and kind of keep us informed. It's a monumental task with all the high schools in the state, all around the place, to maintain everything.
Yeah.
And they really help us out. So thank you, coaches. Really appreciate it.
And all the work they do to help us get ready for the games during the course of the week.
McDonald to Mullins. Mullins up the middle. And this time he's got a little running room out close to the 35-yard line.
And he's going to pick up a first down there.
Yeah,
Picked
how about
up 10
that?
yards.
That's a good 10-yard gain. Big thing is I'll keep the clock running here. I think Ridgevue kind of wants to – I think they know where they're at. Now they're going to work on maybe the running game a little bit, maybe some blocking schemes, maybe some short passes. We'll see what they do. McDonald keeps it on the quarterback keeper. He's got a nice little run going, 40, 45, near midfield where he goes out of bounds. That's about a 15-yard gain.
Yeah, that had me fooled.
So a good keeper there. And that's the kind of thing that they want to work on. And you mentioned it before. This is a non-conference game. You're playing a 5A or a 4A. Basically, you got to work on things. When all said and done, for you, this score doesn't count.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to downplay it too much, but it's almost like a scrimmage.
Yeah, and this is the first game for Ridgevue. They had the COVID issues. They didn't have enough practices in, so I had to cancel the game against Century last week. And so, you're coming out here trying to figure it out. Here comes Mullins. Mullins tackle from behind, right at midfield. Pickup of 3 or 4, so it'll be, let's call it 2nd down and 6.
And that's Santiago on the carry there.
Yeah, okay, Santiago in there now.
So Mullins may be done for the night.
And that's the other thing, you're still trying to figure out who your personnel is, what you want to do, who you want to put in there. And, of course, now's a good time to do it. Try a couple of people and see what you can do. Yeah, Mullins back in there now. Play action fake to him. McDonald thought about passing. Now he does. Throws it down the field. Incomplete. Nice pass. Beautiful pass intended for Casper. Isaiah Stewart Casper was there, had good coverage. He looked back to see it, and really I thought he was going to actually grab it. He's got those yellow gloves on. I thought he was going to bring it in.
Rowan Ricks there on coverage, though, was able to knock that ball away.
So good job all the way. Great pass, great defensive, and a good offensive attempt to catch it. So really, it didn't work out for anybody, but
it was well designed all the way around.
It was. Ball back at the 49-yard line, 3rd down and 6. McDonald back to pass, has some time, throws it underneath the coverage, and it is complete. Caught there by Jake Nelson, and Nelson doesn't get much. In fact, about a yard is all, so it's going to be 4th down and 5.
Scott Higgins, the senior linebacker there on the tackle, making the most of his playing time.
And I think they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Why not?
Why not? Exactly. Absolutely nothing
to
lose.
Yeah. Ball at the 48-yard line of Timberline. They'll use as much clock as they can. Although McDonald can, I was watching before, and that's why I thought he was the punter, because he can do a quick punt. They got
we
to watch.
saw that in warm-ups.
Yeah, we did see that in warm-ups. Their problem is they're going to have to call a timeout because they had just 10 players out there. So they needed to get an 11th player out there. By the time they did, they needed a tight end. The play clock would have run down. So they call a timeout on the field with 7:21 to go here in the ball game. 48-8, a 40-point lead for the Timberline Wolves, and they're looking pretty good this year.
So far, I mean, if you were Coach Ian Smart and had to draw up how your season would start, it would look a lot like this. So he has to be pleased with the way his team's looked these first 2 games.
Working on a lot of things. They got a lot of talent there. I was really surprised tonight. I thought we would see the Markham show. I thought it would be Taylor Markham running, all the time, and the pass every once in a while. It was just the opposite.
Well, he's still made his presence felt. He scored 2 touchdowns in the 3rd quarter there. So it hasn't been the Markham show, but it's definitely been a, he's featured in the game tonight.
Yeah, he is a weapon, but they got him down there with the pass, and they handed it off to him deep down there. And he is so good. You're right. And, again, you're going to have to help me out because, a player of the game is going to be tough. I think Wade Center certainly has distributed the ball well tonight, done a good job with his passing, got it to the right people, run the offense very astutely, made the right calls, hasn't made any mistakes. So here we go.
So it sounds like it's going to come down to Markham and Zinner.
So 4th down. Let's see what they do. McDonald hands it off up the middle. Still going. And a first down. How about that try by Mullins, huh? He was stopped just shy of the first down, then bounced it for another 5 all the way down to the 40-yard line. That was second effort.
Yeah, just kept his legs pumping there, and it paid off for him.
I like that. You're down 40 points late in the 4th period. You're tired. You've been beat up. You don't have any hope that you're going to win this ball game, but you just keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. That's good stuff right there.
Yeah, and it's good to see. Coaches really catch on to that, really pay attention to that extra effort.
Back to pass. McDonald gets free. He's at the 35. Bounces it outside. 30, 25. Down to the 20-yard line. Inside the 20 to the 17. What a great play on he went back to pass. Nobody was open, so he tucked it and ran and got himself about 18 yards.
Nice run there on a busted play to really turn something from nothing.
Yeah, he did indeed. So all the way down to the 18-yard line. 1st and 10. They're going to actually mark it at the 17. Cole McDonald hands it to Mullins. Mullins bounces it outside. He can score and does. Takes it in. Skylar Mullins from 17 yards out. And Ridgevue is on the board here in the second half. 48-14.
Nice run there by Mullins to get to the outside.
Yeah, at least he gets his touchdown tonight.
Yeah.
Because he had that 64-yard run that came up a yard shy. So Skylar Mullins putting it in the end zone. Kick is up, and it's good. And it's 48-14, and now all of a sudden we got a running clock. So I think maybe the coach just said, let's run this clock.
Yeah. And I think it got to the point differential. I want to say it's 35 in the 4th quarter. They run it.
Yeah, and I think they forgot about that because it's been that way. It's been 40 for a little while.
Yeah.
And so they forgot to run it. So now we basically got a running clock, and that will take this thing down in a hurry. Again, thanking our sponsors tonight, our Power Boosters, big insurance company, the College of Western Idaho. As always, want to thank Toyota, your local Toyota dealers, Toyota Let's Go places, also Project Filter, Idaho Fights Tobacco. And don't forget that every week that our Game Streams production of Treasure Valley Game Night is presented by Mountain West Bank. So we can't do it without you good people, and we thank you.
And if you own a business and want to be counted amongst those good people, again, send a little message to Wayne at IdahoSports.com, and he'll get you squared away.
I can take care of that in a heartbeat.
I have absolutely no doubt about it.
So here comes the kickoff. Worth, a little pooch kick. Oh, takes a little bounce. Picked up by Timberline and all the way out across the 40 to the 43-yard line by an up man. And let's see who that is. That's number 45. Huh? We haven't seen him tonight. And I don't have a 45 on there. How about that?
Yeah, he's right there. It's Nels Isaac Nelson.
Okay. Why am I missing him? You must have an updated one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I picked this one up hot off the press at the front gate when I came in.
You did. I had this one from the other day, so. Cool. I'll have to borrow that one for you.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it'll change. The next time I do a Timberline game, it'll be changed again, so I'll just get one then. So 1st and 10 for Timberline. And right now, as we mentioned, Ronald Dahlberg is in there at quarterback. We mentioned him as a guy warming up a moment ago. And we said he had a pretty good arm. Dahlberg hands it off to Bridges. Bridges carries some tacklers out across the 45-yard line. Gets about a yard on that. But I tell you what, Ridgevue came in there and they hit Bridges hard.
Yes, they did.
So they're still hitting out there.
They're still popping pads. Number 99, Aiden Baker, in on the tackle there.
So Timberline's going to roll to a 2-0 start. 48-15, they lead it. We're in a rolling clock here tonight, down to 2:20 to go. And Timberline taking its time on a 2nd down and 9. But it's good to see Timberline because I think they're going to be a factor in the playoffs. They really can make a playoff run this year.
Oh, absolutely. I think without doubt.
A handoff. Not much running room there at all for Skylar Lloyd, number 40.
Nice job by Paxton Bastian to get back there and trip him up.
So, yeah, last year we talked about it. They got their first playoff win ever by beating Skyview and then lost in the quarterfinals to Coeur d'Alene. But every step you take forward, and then once you start playing in the playoffs, that kind of gets in your blood. You think, okay, we got to get there. We deserve to be there, and that helps.
Becomes an expectation of the program.
It does. Back to pass, looking, throwing, incomplete. Probably should have been caught. Nice pass that time by Ronald Dahlberg. Maybe a little bit low, is about the belt high, but still not bad.
Go down and get that. It was number 15, Bailey Doherty, who's the intended receiver.
Has some good coverage on him. And the clock continues to run here, 1:10 to go.
4th and 10 now. We see the punting unit. This will be the first punt of the game for either team.
Unbelievable. Oh, what do we have? Delay a game?
Got it on the far side.
Yeah, way away. I saw. Let's see what the call is. Illegal participation.
Yep.
Yeah. Easy for me to say, right?
It just rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah, it does. So must have had 12 guys out there for the punt team. That's why you mentioned the first punt for Timberline, and as a result, they didn't know who was on the punt team.
A little confusion there.
Yeah. All right, 19 seconds to go. They'll get this off and we'll be about done. So unless he runs it back for a TD, it's going to be our final score tonight. And no fair catch.
Great coverage.
And probably should have called a fair catch there as he was hammered there by Connor Kelly.
Great
Or was
coverage.
it 6? That was 6.
It was number 6.
Liam Reeves, I'm sorry. And that's going to do it. That'll be the game, folks. 48-15 is going to be the final score here tonight. Timberline going to 2-0. Ridgevue 0-1. And pretty good showing here. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a break to end it. We'll come back with our player of the game tonight. Again, our final Timberline 48 and Ridgevue 15 on IdahoSports.com.
contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
And once again, our final time back here at Donald Larson Park for tonight anyway. We'll be back plenty of times this year for more games on IdahoSports.com. Wayne Ridgevue, Clay Hatfield with you. And again, our final score, 48-15. Timberline, 2-0 on the year as they beat Ridgevue tonight, 5A versus 4A. Time now for our IdahoSports.com player of the game. Drum roll, Clay Hatfield, you're the man.
Well, we talked about it briefly, and I think it goes to Wade Zenner, the quarterback for the Timberline Wolves tonight. Had 2 touchdown passes, had a touchdown run, and just really controlled the ball game tonight. Kept his head even when he was under pressure. Just looked really solid out there from start to finish.
I did. He distributed the ball very well. I mean, when you think about who he threw to, I mean, he got it out to Markham. He got it out, to a lot of different people out there, and he just spread it around. And then, when something went wrong, he didn't panic. He just kind of tucked it and ran when he had to. But I thought, think about it. They've got 48 points on the board tonight, 49 last week against Porras. So they're averaging right there at 48.5 points a game. That's pretty impressive after 2 games. You're 2-0, and you've really got to feel good after week 2 of what Ian Smarts did with this ball club.
Oh, absolutely. You got to be riding high. Homecoming game tonight, and to go off with a victory, especially at homecoming, is something special, something these guys will remember.
All right, 48-15 is our final tonight. That's going to do it from Donald Larson Park. This has been an IdahoSports.com Game Streams production presented by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. By Project Filter, Idaho Fights Tobacco. Special thanks to Toll Gropp and the entire staff here at Donald Larson Park for, as always, their hospitality and helping getting these games broadcast to you, the viewer. And again, congratulations to Wade Zenner, the quarterback for Timberline, our IdahoSports.com player of the game. Thanks for joining us again. Timberline 48-15 over Ridgevue. For my broadcast partner, Clay Hatfield, and everyone else behind the scenes right here at IdahoSports.com, I'm Wayne Ridgevue. I'll tell you what, I'll be with you tomorrow night at Meridian, Centennial Meridian, 7 o'clock kickoff. See you then. So long, everybody.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com Game Streams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com.